Right, this is a review of US MRE Menu 19, Beef Patty Jalapeno Pepper Jack. I've had this one several times before, but I've never done a video review of it or any other MRE, so this is the first one. Please excuse the shaky and terrible camera quality. It's being done from a phone camera. I will sort out both a fancy tray and semi-decent camera and tripod sometime soon if I start doing any more reviews. So we've got everything out of the bag now. We'll start looking at some of the contents. First up, got the main entree, the beef patty. The date code on that seems to be 6155, so that's very new. Next we have an oatmeal chocolate chunk cookie, trans fat free. Some jalapeno cashews. I've never had these before outside of reviews or reviewing MREs. I've never seen these before in an MRE, and this pleases me a lot. We have cheese spread with bacon. I much prefer the bacon cheese or the jalapeno cheese to the regular cheese. Beverage base powder tropical punch. If I'm right, I think this is the crazy red looking one. This actually stained one of my cups the last time I used it, which indicates to me that there's some crazy colorings in this. And our hot beverage bag, not an awful lot to say about that, won't be using it. Flameless ration heater. I suppose I will use this. I'll use my rock or something, which today is going to be a brass fox. Here's the side or the dessert for this, which is a cherry blueberry cobbler. I've seen some people complain about this and some people love it. Personally, I like it in a sort of questionable, highly processed dessert type of way. Then we've got our wheat snack bread trans fat free twin pack, I suppose to make our little burger. Trusty MRE spoon. Pretty good spoons really. About the only spoon possibly stronger or nicer than it is the British ration spoon, but then the spoon part of that is maybe slightly too big. We have our accessory pack with the date of 6/147, and this one says AKM, which I think must mean accessories ketchup and mustard, because this has the ketchup and mustard in it for making your MRE style hamburger. I opened one yesterday and it said AHS, and given that that contained the Tabasco sauce, I think maybe that was accessory hot sauce. So they seem to have changed away from the accessory pack A or pack B type of thing. Right, so this accessory pack does indeed contain the ketchup and mustard. Also, unlike one that I saw reviewed, I think it was another guy's maybe 2013 or 2014 menu 19. It didn't have the coffee, and it had a cocoa beverage powder and one of the large packet beverage powders. This one, however, has the coffee as well as the sugar, iodized salt, moist towelette, matches, creamer, and the ketchup and mustard. Of course, the very insufficient lighthouse toilet paper. So filming this with one hand is a bit awkward. Well, operating the ration pieces with one hand. Hopefully I'll have a camera and tripod sorted soon. We've got our sugar and the coffee. I won't be using the creamer. And by magic, we have hot water too. Since I have no authentic military style tray yet, I'll just be using this old fashioned enamel bowl. Now I've got the main and the cobbler into the sleeve, and the flameless ration heater has started to heat up quite quickly. After I put some salt into it, it started spitting out some bits of water. So hopefully this one will be a good one, and I will lean it up against my rock or something, which is this little brass guy here. And while I'm doing that, I might open some of the other items. So here's the twin pack wheat snack bread. It's actually not stuck together at all. It does have that weird shelf-stable bread smell though, but not as bad as some of the older ones I've had, maybe 2012 or 2013 stuff. Here's our jalapeno cashews opened up. It's a nice amount of seasoning on that. Just going to taste one or two of them. Yeah, that's nice. There's a little bit of a kick to it, but not too much. It's just right. The cookie is looking kind of smashed up, but I'm going to leave it in this for the meantime. It does smell really nice though. And I was right about the drink. This is the really crazy red one. It smells really good, but I can't remember the last time I had this, whether it actually tasted good or not. But man, that has some really crazy red colouring in it. Delicious artificialness. Let's give it a taste. That tastes so fake and weird. Somehow I still kind of like it, but I can't really get a fruit taste to it. It tastes almost like, if anyone's ever had marzipan, the kind of stuff they put under the icing layer on a Christmas cake. That's kind of what it tastes like. It's not bad, but the combination of that and a few of those jalapeno cashews makes for a very unusual flavour combination. And while I'm drinking, I'll just give the coffee a sip here. Yeah, it's not bad for what it is, but I'm a little bit of a coffee snob anyway, so for me it's just serviceable instant coffee. The American stuff seems to have a different type of flavour to it than the stuff you get, let's say, in the British ORPs, especially that Dow Egberts one, which is really nice. I think I've seen RationPeter do one where he was extolling the virtues of the Dow Egberts. But then this American one is definitely better than the one you get in the Lithuanian ones, for example, because that stuff, it tastes like, if anyone's ever had that chicory coffee essence, kind of a fake coffee or coffee substitute thing, that has this really nasty, woody kind of flavour to it. And those Lithuanian ones seem to have it like that, which is really unpleasant, but USA coffee will do fine. So just a little update here. This FRH completely failed to do anything other than spurt out a lot of water and then stay maybe mildly warm. So it has completely failed to heat both the cobbler and the beef patty. So I'm just going to heat the beef patty up in some warm water. And while I'm waiting, I just put some ketchup and mustard onto the wheat snack bread in little faces, just to give me something to do. It's actually quite nice that they include this here. I'm a big fan of sauces, seasonings and flavorings myself, so I always like when they give you a little something extra to go with a meal. And I'm working my way through these cashews. I really like cashew nuts anyway, so the nice little kick of jalapeno on this is excellent. You actually rarely see this type of nuts in shops in Ireland because, well, cashews are pretty expensive, and where you might get honey ones or salted ones, it's not so usual to get ones with a nice bit of chili to them. And I'm going to try this cookie now. I know dessert before dinner, but just to see what it's like. It looks pretty good, smells pretty good. Usually the cookies I've got from MREs tend to be fairly decent. Yeah, that's nice. A bit of a shelf stable or preservatives taste to it, but got a nice light crunch to it. Nice chocolate taste to it. So yeah, I'd be happy any day I got this. So I've got this back from heating it. I had to put it into a pot of water to heat it because the ration heater just failed to work. It's piping hot now. So I'm just going to see about maybe trying a little piece of it before I eat it. Well, I meant before I eat it like a burger, but yeah, it's really not bad. I mean, I've had this before. and I've liked it. It's definitely not a gourmet burger of any kind, but it tastes like maybe one of those microwavable rustler burgers that you get here. I don't know where else you get them. You get them in the UK too, but for what it is, it has quite a beefy taste and a little bit of a peppery taste, so I can't complain too much about that. So I'm just going to put it on top of here. I'm going to pause just a second while I open my cheese, which I also stuck in the pot, so I don't know was that a good idea or a bad idea. I might put a little bit of cheese onto it too. Okay, so the cheese with bacon has liquefied and is violently hot. It smells great though. So I'm just going to close this up. See if I can take a bite of it without destroying the whole place. That was probably a bigger bite than I should have taken. But yeah, that's not bad at all. I mean, the wheat bread has the wheat snack bread taste to it, but there's a nice little flavour from the cheese spread. There's the ketchup, the mustard. The actual hamburger patty thing has a decent amount of flavour in itself. So for a meal that can sit in a bag for quite a number of years and then come out, I know this one's pretty fresh, but it could sit there for the next 10 plus years and come out and you could eat it. You know, I really wouldn't complain if I got this in any situation where I was hungry and needed food. I'm just going to pause this now. I'm going to eat the rest of this because I'm actually pretty hungry and it tastes fairly good. So yeah, this is going down pretty good. Nearly done with it. Have to say I'm very pleased with it. And now, last but not least, we have the cherry blueberry cobbler. I have seen a couple of reviews from guys where they complain about this and they say they don't like it, but while I won't say it's, you know, the finest of fine dining haute cuisine or anything like that, it tastes like maybe a McDonald's dessert or something, which, while it's not the highest quality thing in the world, it's predictable and it tastes fairly good. And I like the taste of this. Yeah, that'll do me fine. Now I'll just wrap up this by saying that I do think this has to be one of my favourite ones, and out of all the US MREs anyway. And I think this one is in the running to be one of the best put together rations of all of the US current ones, because you kind of have a clearly laid out meal. Anyway, that's enough of my amateur discussion of this. See you later.